Okay guys, in this lesson we're going to learn how to find a least common multiple, and that's what LCM stands for. So LCM, least common multiple. You may also see it written like this, LCM in lowercase with parentheses and two numbers. That just means let's find the least common multiple for these two numbers. Okay, so let's do that. The first thing we have to know is what a multiple is. And a multiple is simply any number multiplied by the number we're looking for. So let's start from 1. Multiples of 3 would be 3 times 1 is 3. 3 times 2 is 6. 3 times 3 is 9. 3 times 4 is 12. 3 times 5 is 15. And so on and so forth. 18. 21, right? And we could go on and on and on forever. Now, let's start listing the multiples for 5. And again, multiple is any number times the number we're looking for, which in this case is the 5. So 5 times 1. Well, we start with 1. 5 times 2 is 10. 5 times 3 is 15. 5 times 4 is 20. 5 times 5 is 25. And we could obviously keep going on and on forever. Now, again, all of these numbers are multiples of 3. All of these numbers are multiples of 5. So what we're trying to do is looking for the smallest number, the least number that they have in common. So if I look through my list, my multiples, I spot a 15. And in my 5s, I spot a 15. So what I like to do is to highlight or circle the number so I know which one it is. And 15 happens to be the lowest common denominator, so the LCM of 3 and 5 is 15. Now, taking this one step further, if we have fractions and we're looking for an LCM, you can see we have the two fractions, 1/3 and 2/5. The numbers that we would be looking for, the multiples, would be in the denominators. And we just found that the LCM for 3 and 5 is 15. So we can see if our denominators are 3 and 5, we already know that our LCM is 15. So this is what I could do. I could find fractions that are equivalent to 1/3 and 2/5 using my least common multiple. This will serve us well when we learn to add and subtract fractions. So, as per our last lesson, where we were finding equivalent fractions, we had to find 3 times what equals 15? Well, 3 times 5 is 15. So whatever we multiply in the denominator, we also do to the numerator. So 1 times 5 is 5. So we have 1/3 is equal to 5/15. We also do this with the other fraction. 5 times what is 15? 5 times 3. So whatever the denominator, I have to do to the numerator. 2 times 3 is 6. So I can also find 2 equivalent fractions using my least common multiple. Okay guys, now it's your turn. you try to find the least common multiple for 4 and 6. Remember, we're looking for multiples of these numbers, and we find the lowest one. So go ahead on your own, at your desk, try to figure out what the least common multiple for 4 and 6 is.